Okay, so in this video, we're going to be setting up the schedule system for our recorder. So it's dependent on whether you want to use the recorder continuously to record via motion or via alarms, depending on how you've got your system set up really. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to change our system to a motion-based system, just to show you how that works. There is a few steps to this, so you may need a pen and paper, but we'll go through it. So we'll start now. So you want to jump into channel and you want to make sure that your motion is set up for your cameras. So if you have up to 8 cameras, for example, like I've got here, you want to make sure they're all set to switch. You want to set the sensitivity between 1 and 8, and then you put your setup. Now, this screen here, there isn't a camera on at the moment, but this shows where motion is going to be detected. So in the red area, motion will be detected. And in the black area here now where I've just made, motion will not be triggered if it's detected. You want to set that accordingly to how you want it set. So if you've got a garden and you only want it to be triggered by your garden and not next door's garden, that is how it's set up. So say for example, if I had a road here and this was my driveway, that is how I would do that. Again, you can set your sensitivity in here as well if you need to. Once you've done that and you're happy, just click apply down here. It says nothing's changed for me for now, but I will change it to 7 for example, and then we apply it and we get a saving. That's perfect. So next what you want to do is you want to go into record and you want to go down to this little record menu here and you want to go to record schedule. Okay, so inside this menu, currently set to normal, which is basically continuous recording. So channel 1 has been told to record continuously. There's a few caveats to that, but there's also a few pros to it. Continuous basically means that you can have as much recording as you want at any point. You can sift through it all if you want to, but the caveat to that is that if something does happen, you'll have to sit and hunt for it. So we use motion. So to do what I just did, you want to just left click and drag over the area that you want to manipulate, as you can see here. So if I wanted to get rid of just between 2 and 3, for the purpose of this, I'm going to have the whole thing highlighted. So you want to clear it off and you want to select motion now. And you want to drag from top to bottom across the full length. Okay, and now you can see that I've got 7 yellow bars. Now what that tells me is from Monday to Sunday, I will have motion recording set up. So it won't record continuously on channel 1. Now if I wanted to make this, enforce this on all cameras, what you could do is you could click copy and just select all, across all days, all cameras, and click copy, and that's going to copy it now. So if we check in here now, if I go to channel 5 for example, channel 5 is also motion, channel 4, so on and so forth. Okay, now that's done, I can click apply, and that is how you set that section up. Okay, so now it's done. What you want to do is you want to go into alarm and your motion alarm settings. Now here, this is where we set up how our motion responds and how it sends out information to, say, the recorder, the MaxxOne app, or an email, for example, if you need to. So if you wanted the recorder to send out a buzzer signal anytime motion was detected, you could set it up by changing disable to between 10 and 60 seconds. This is basically how long the buzzer goes on for. A minute might be quite a long time. Especially considering the buzzer is quite loud. Whether you want it to record or not on that specific channel, I would always suggest having this on. How long you want it to post-record for. So if the motion detection is, say, something triggers it at 10 AM, it will not stop recording until 30 seconds past that. So you'll get footage for an extra 30 seconds after the motion is detected, just in case something happens between those times. Show message is essentially telling the system that it wants to send out a message saying, listen, this has happened. If you have email set up, you can send out an email. I would recommend watching the email configuration video if you want to get this set up. Full screen basically means that if motion is triggered on channel 1, for example, it will force that camera into full screen. So it will take over the whole system and just show that one camera. An FTP upload is not really relevant at this point. And once you've done all of those things, so I'm just going to set full screen just as a slight change. You want to click apply. And now we know that this is all set up to send out the necessary things that we want it to send. Okay, and that is how you set up your recorder for motion detection, how you schedule it. So if you utilize that information for other things, such as continuous recording, alarm recording, if you have alarm inputs and outputs, you should be good to go.